All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I of course want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Now that I got my praises out of the way, put my hat on real quick, all right? Because the scriptures speak about any man that prays or prophesies with his head covered, he dishonors his head. So before I get into the skip cheese, I'll put my new hat back on. No, mine of God, by the way, my man. I hope you like my little new necklace right here. Also, not only that, you can see it hopefully. New flat earth shirt right there, man. Okay, anyway, no, I don't necessarily have a topic, to pick from, to speak about. I just wanted to, cover a handful of things, man. And first thing is first. I mentioned this, the other day in a video that I did. I believe it was a Bible talk or something. I was mentioning, man. If you just look at what's going on right now, man. Here in specifically America, Babylon the Great. When you deal with the skip cheese, but if you just look at what's going on right now, man, the peoples who are living here, right? You just look at the how everybody's doing, man. I'll tell you, the other day when I was at the gas station, man, it was I had to get gas there, man, but the guy pulled in behind us, man, and he was got pretty much broken down car, man. Looks like it's on his last leg. But he was just putting, I kid you not, a guy pulled up just to put $1 into his gas tank, man. That's all he asked was $1, which he couldn't do because gas was about, I believe, $2.40 for a gallon. So, apparently he didn't see the sign. So, he ended up, finding the, the change to, to get a gallon. All right, but it just shows you, man, how bad people are doing out here. Okay, man, and then I mentioned another story that happened, just the other day, and I've been hearing, a lot about, like, I know the guy, I believe it's Full Spectrum Survival, the bald head guy. I'm not sure if that's his channel name. You can correct me down below. But anyway, he always mentions, stories about, people are, out there, robbing the place for, the food and whatnot, right? Trying to, sneak out of the store if damn snacks, down their pants or whatnot, man. And that's what you got going on right now because nobody can afford to buy anything, right? So people be trying to steal, meat supplies, right? Because that's, pretty damn expensive right now. Okay, but the other day, man, I was, as I said, I shared this story before, but since I'm on the topic of the discussion, I'll share it again. I was at the one of the local Dollar Generals, man. I was just trying to, pick up, a couple items, that I need, for my week and whatnot, right? Just so I have, something to eat, a little snack and drink. But, anyway, what ended up happening was, so, wait. Alright. Anyway, what ended up happening, man, I was, getting my stuff. Then I went up to the counter and I saw they had a, a sale on a particular item I was looking at last time I came in that I couldn't afford. So they were getting a few bucks also. I was like, okay, well, I'll pick that up as well. Since I have the money on me, why not? So I get up to the counter, to pay for the stuff. And it turns out that, that the system wouldn't ring the price up that it said on the sign over there. So you go back and forth with her. It's like, well, I mean, hell, if the sign says that, I want, the price it's on the sign. And if not, well, I won't get it then. Which, that's, fair enough. That's their fault, not mine. But anyway, as that's going on, man, keep in mind, the door to leave is just, to the right there. You can see it from where I'm standing. So this guy, this, yeah, say shady looking dude, man, was, I saw a guy when I was walking throughout the store because I was, going in certain aisles. I was looking for a damn, cooler, right? For a damn styrofoam, cooler, to put my drinks in. Um, so I passed a guy and, he's over there looking at, the clothes or whatnot. He's checking over his shoulder, when he sees somebody walk past him. So I walked past the guy twice. He's making sure nobody's looking at him. Didn't think too much of it. But anyway, what ended up happening, as I'm, checking out, we handled the situation, um, about what I was trying to buy. But then what happens was, this guy walks out of the store quickly, but then the alarm went off, right? That means, they stole something, walked out of the store without paying for something. So, he walks out, starts, to jog away, but before that, he heard them, yell at him and tell him to come back in. So he walked out, starting to walk down the street, but then he must have changed his mind and came back in. Because, 2 minutes later, he came back in. Uh, you know, uh, of course, he said that he didn't have anything on him, right? That he didn't steal anything. And, of course, they didn't, believe that. So they told him, and they gave him a chance, right? Right, give me another chance, give me another chance. Inside joke. Shout out to anybody who knows who I'm making fun of. But anyway, in all seriousness, they gave him another chance. And, that is if he, gave it back, and he did. And here's the kicker, right? The guy was just trying to steal a pair of man's socks and a pair of children's socks. So I would suppose, by logical deduction, that he must have been a father who was just trying to get, new pairs of socks for him and his child, which, brought to mind, man, an ERB, rap battle between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Back when they were, running for office, man, there was a line in there, man, that Trump basically made fun of Hillary and mentioned something about, buying poor people socks and something like that. Y'all should go watch that video, man. Once again, that's ERB. Okay, Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. All right, go watch that one. All right, good video. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, man. So I'm sure the man didn't want to have to steal it, but because everybody's doing financially, poor right now, he, had to do what you have to do, right? As I said, people are getting desperate out here where they're going to have to start stealing food, man. Not that they want to do that, but that's the only way they are going to be able to eat. Okay. So, I was just, a little, may I say, an indicator, okay, of how bad people are doing, man. And I saw the items that it was stealing because they put them on the counter next to me, and I looked at them. They were like $2 each. So there's two pairs of them, so that's about $5, right? So the guy was risking, getting caught stealing just to save $5, man. Okay, so that just shows you, how bad, the population is doing out here, man. And now, we'll get into the skip cheese. So, as the scriptures say, any man that prays or prophesies with his head covered, he dishonors his head. Anyway, which mind of God, as I said, I'll say it again. Look at my shirt right here, man. Right, hey, look, man. Mind of God, you want the shirt, man? Hey, look, just go on go on Wish, and just look up, Flat Earth T-shirt, man, and you'll see it on there. You'll see it. Just go look that up, right? You should get one. You're on the reflection, saying, oh yeah, I mean, I have, more funding to live comfortable, inside joke, to live comfortable for the next, couple years. I mean, goddamn, man, you must be damn lucky, man. I mean, hey, look, man, I consider myself rich if I had $300, man. Because it just goes back to the, the way that you spend money, right? It's not how much money you make, but it's how much money you save. That's just how it is. Okay, which, fun fact, by the way, a little financial advice. I myself, what I did, um, this is just, as I said, a little financial advice, to some of you, younger Akim out there, man. Like I know my one brother out there who, you all see me, record with once in a while. Desan, right? He don't have too much, cash on him. But, hey, that's all right. Listen here, man. And this goes for anyone. What I would do is when I got my paycheck, right? Um, let's say I get a paycheck for, let's just say $160 or something like that. What I would do is, when I go to cash it, I'll get, let's say, $25 in $5 bills. All right, so $25 in $5 bills. Which what is that? I believe that would be, yeah, it'd be $5 bills. And what I would do is I would take those $5 bills and I would put them in a shoebox. Okay, now I will keep doing this for as long as I can. And not only when I get my paychecks, if I sell something online, um, if I get a five, I'll put it in there. And that's basically what it is called. It's called the $5 challenge. Look that up on YouTube. Basically, it's a challenge. Every $5 bill you get, you have to keep and you can't spend it. Okay, which I did it for 2 years. Well, almost 2 years. I did it for about 19 months because, then, I needed to tap into it because I needed it for, certain situations. But anyway, for 19 months, I saved all my $5 bills and ended up having about $3,600, man. All right, that's $3,600. That's a lot of money, man, by just saving $5 bills every time you get them for under 2 years. And not only that, it also saved all my spare change that I received. Right, whenever I buy something, I get the change back, throw that in a jar, and keep doing that. I did that for again 19 months, and I had just under $1,200 in coins. Like I'm talking, quarters, dimes, nickels, even pennies, man. Okay, so that's just a couple, you know, may I say, advice for you guys out there, financially speaking. Okay, is just do that, and it will add up for you relatively quickly. Okay, it depends on how much you put in there at a time, of course. Okay, but just do that, man. And that would be very helpful to have that. Okay. Um, Now getting into skip cheese and whatnot, man. Um, let's see, what the hell could I even bring up, man? Oh, I wanted to mention something about that whole flat Earth thing, man. I wanted to speak about that real quick because a lot of cats out there, man. Especially who teach out there on YouTube, they get all may I say wishy-washy, for lack of better words, when it comes to that subject, and they say that that's not in the scriptures, right? They say it, that's not in the skip cheese. And the one verse that they go to support that statement is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse no Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 22. Salakia. Um, yeah, Isaiah 40 and 22. Okay, which says what? For he sits upon the circle of the earth. Now here's the kicker. They use the word circle in it to say, oh, well, see, it's a globe. Well, here's the problem. A circle, is it not true that a pizza, right? If I go to damn Domino's, all right, and get myself a pizza, right, a pie, what's the shape of the pizza? The pizza is in the shape of a flat circle. What is the shape of a dinner plate? A dinner plate is a flat circle. So because it says the word circle, that doesn't mean it's a ball. That's an illogical fallacy. And matter of fact, the prophet Isaiah knew the difference between a ball and a circle. And to prove that, you go to Isaiah chapter 22 and verse 18. Right? It says, nearly paraphrasing it, but it says, he will violently turn and toss turn the, Slocky, let me rephrase myself. He will violently turn and toss thee like a ball into another country, nearly paraphrasing the scriptures. Okay, so the prophet Isaiah knew the difference between a ball and a circle. Okay, just a lot of you cats out there just don't look up words, man. Okay, and then another thing as well when you deal with the scriptures, right? The Bible says, because according to modern day science, right, according to the modern day belief, they believe that the sun is what's basically staying still. They say that's moving too, but you know, the earth is revolving around the sun. That's what they say, right? To make, the sun the center of the universe, so to speak, right? Or, at least, you know, to put their earth into an insignificant place, for lack of better words. Okay, but here's the kicker though. Okay, for one, nobody can prove it that's true. You just got to say, well, this guy told me that's what it is. It's like, but how do you know for yourself? Oh, well, I just believe what I'm told. Right? There's no reason why the master would lie. All right, but when you deal with the skip cheese, if you go to Joshua chapter 10 and verse 12, there's a story there where it says what? That the sun stood still and the moon stayed. So that implies what? That the sun and the moon are moving upon the earth according to the scriptures. All right. As I said, going by modern day science, nobody can prove that the earth is moving either. That's just something that is a fabrication. Nobody can prove it. It cannot be proven. Right. And as I said, it's a very, touchy subject to speak about, absolutely. But the truth of the matter is that it can't be disproven. Nobody can prove it. All right. Nobody can truly refute the claim that the earth is flat. Nobody can refute it. It can't be refuted here on the earth. I mean, how the hell is it that if the earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour, and sorry about the camera angle, I'm looking at something in the distance over there. But there you can hear my voice. Just a few experiments that have been done, to prove that the earth don't move. They've taken, like say a cannon, right? Put it straight up in the air, or where it's facing straight up, and they shoot the cannonball out of the cannon, right? Now the cannonball will either land right inside the muzzle of the cannon that it was fired from, or on a windy day, it will maybe land a foot or two away. Okay, barely anything. But majority of the time, it will come right back down into the cannon that it was fired from. Now, here's the kicker. If the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour, that bowling ball should land miles upon miles away. There's no logical reasoning on how it could come right back down from where it was fired from. And again, you can go out and do it yourself to prove that this is true. Well, I mean, not everybody has a cannon, laying around, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. Okay, that's something, people can do today if they have a cannon to prove that, for one, the earth isn't moving. And then second of all, a good way to prove it is on many days when you walk through, let's say a field of flowers, right? Or, trees or, tall grass or whatever. That shit's just standing still, man. It ain't moving. Well, unless there's, of course, wind. But if it's a still day, why is it all standing still? How can it all be still if the earth is flying throughout infinite space 1,000 miles an hour? That's crazy, man. And nobody can prove it. It cannot be proven. The only quote unquote proof is, well, that's what they say, right? That's what they say. That's what the master says. Okay, but nobody can prove it, right? And another thing as well, man, which, as I said, a lot of you cats, man, out there, a lot of you guys are full of shit, man. And a lot of you guys are full of hypocrisy. You know what? Because if you look into the whole NASA, man, okay, all you got to do is Google, go on Google, right? And, look up, the photos of Earth, man. Okay, because you're going to notice that the older pictures of the Earth matched up with the new pictures of the Earth. There's something going on there, man. Okay, the continents, I hope I'm pronouncing the word correctly, are different shades, different colors, and more importantly, different sizes. America is small on one picture and gigantic on the other picture. That's not possible unless it's a CGI picture, man, which they admit it is. Okay. Also as well, when you deal with the satellites, which, as I said, I haven't done, as much research on that topic, but it's very fishy because if you look up a picture of a satellite, just look up satellite, go to picture on Google, or it says image, you click on that, all of it's just CGI. There's no real pictures, man. It's no real pictures. It's all just an artist illustration. Go look up any planet. It's all artist illustration. There's no real pictures. There's nothing real about it, right? And as I said, it's hard, of course, to grasp such a concept. But I mean, the proof just can't be refuted. It can't be refuted. Why is it all artist illustrations? Why is there no real pictures? I mean, NASA's getting $50 million every single day. Think about that, 50 million every day. Do you know how much money that is, man? That organization is making. Let's see. I believe, I'm not the best at math, but I believe that's what, like $350 million a month that they're making. 350 million every 4 weeks is what NASA is making, man. Okay, and what are they giving you? It's all just fake illustrations. That's all they are giving. And as I said, look it up yourself and you can clearly see. Okay, so anyway, I'm not going to make this too long. I'm going to cut it short with that. I thank everybody for watching this video. With that being said, I'm going to say shalom.